Well, guess what, guys? This video is not about a knife, but it does have a cook pot in it. A couple weeks ago, a buddy of mine, Mark, he comes from the channel Eat Carbs. I highly encourage you to check it out. It's one of my all-time favorite channels. The guy is purely honest, completely shares his entire journey. It's fascinating to watch. He makes it extremely enjoyable. Very personable guy. So guys, please check out the link in the description of this video and go check Mark out. I think you'll really enjoy his videos. But anyway, Mark tagged me in a video about your 3 favorite things to carry into the woods. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for being here. It is really weird. 2 weeks ago, it seems like I was out here bundled up in wool, gloves, jacket, the whole 9 yards, freezing my rear off talking to you guys about gear and stuff like that. And now I'm out here sweating doing the same thing. This weather is crazy. But anyway, like I said, Mark has tagged me in a video geared toward your 3 favorite pieces of gear that you always or most always take out into the woods with you. You're backpacking, hiking, or just going out to, just to bushcraft or just to relax. So anyway, without getting too far into it, let's go ahead and introduce the first piece of gear. This piece of gear, it's my own kind of brainchild. I'm sure that there's lots of other stuff out there that are relatively similar. This is just kind of tailored to me. I asked a buddy of mine who has a very handy wife if she would be able to sew this up for me, and she was kind enough to do it. I did a video on this particular piece of gear, I don't know, probably 12 months ago, maybe 18 months ago. It's been a long time ago, and I've gotten lots of questions since. It never really took off. It was something I wanted, to get a company basically to either buy the design or, kind of contract with me and make it to sell, not to really make a profit, but I think it's a handy piece of gear that people would enjoy. Anyway, I couldn't get it to take off, but I've had a lot of questions about this. People, what is that? What is that? And you have seen this in a lot of my videos. Back up a little bit so you can see. This is what I call my Firecraft pad. It's Cordura. It is water resistant. It has one main compartment that goes down to about here. Then it has a secondary compartment that goes horizontally across the side. Quick rundown, I'm not going to get into the whole thing. My thinking on this was, you guys know I'm a firebug. I like to practice friction fire and other various sorts. And in my neck of the woods, the ground is almost constantly wet in spring, summer, and part of fall. And so I wanted Cordura, a pad made out of Cordura, to be able to kneel down on without getting my jeans wet or whatnot, and to give me a dry place to craft whatever sort of fire I'm making that particular day. And so this provides that. The thinking behind the main compartment is if it, sitting on the ground for a long time, it can get pretty uncomfortable, especially if you're kneeling and getting older like I am. My knees aren't that great anymore, so it does get uncomfortable. Well, the thinking is stuff it full of leaves or pine needles or whatever you have handy to create a pseudo soft pad to kneel down on, sit on. I've even used it as a pillow relaxing in the woods. The thinking behind the horizontal compartment is, again, going back to being a firebug and practicing friction fire, hand drills, bow drills, stuff like that. This gives me a compartment to put, pre-made bow drill sets or hand drill sets, tools to take out in the woods and practice with. It allows me to carry them more conveniently than, strapping on a pack or something like that if I'm not going out, geared up in a backpack or, something like that. Anyway, you guys have seen this in probably 80% of my videos within the last 12 months or so that's that. Now the next item is something that I can't say it goes with me every time, but I would say probably 97 to 98% of the time it comes out with me, whether it's just me or me going out with my family. If it's just me in the winter months, that's when that 3 or 4% of the time it may not go out with me. In the wintertime here, I don't need as much water with me personally if it's just me, and so I may kind of gear down towards a 32 ounce or 40 ounce clean water bottle. But typically I carry at least 1 half-gallon clean water bottle. And what turned me onto this Olicamp LT pot, cup, whatever you want to call it, is that it nests with a 64-ounce clean canteen. And so it just makes packing it and that larger clean canteen a lot easier and more convenient. As it turned out, I have really liked this thing as far as a personal cook pot, or if I just have 2 or 3 of my kids with me. 3 may be pushing it, but whatever. This is my favorite pot to make hot chocolate in, or make coffee in, or cook up a quick soup or something like that. You guys have seen me use this a lot of times. Quick rundown, if you guys are interested in a full workup review of this thing, I can do it. I really don't see the need for it because it's a pot or a cup. There's I don't see the need. But if you want it, yeah, I'll work it in there. Anyway, design-wise, guys, it's just like a bigger, you know, stainless steel camping cup that you see everywhere. It does have the handle. I was pretty leery of, get this in the sun where you can see it. I was pretty leery about these rubber guards on here. They're pretty convenient, you know, keep you from burning your hand and stuff. Getting it out of the fire. I have cooked with this over the fire, over many different forms of stoves and stuff like that. And these have held up pretty good. As you can see, probably, hopefully, they're kind of melted right there, but I have used this. I hesitate to put a number to it, but I've used this a lot, and this has held up fantastically. I was also pretty leery about this lid, but as you can see, even cooking over a fire, I mean, I've kept it out of direct flame, obviously, but it's held up really well too. It's still nice and flexible, seats on there really well, and it does take a decent amount of force to pop it off. It does have a sipping spot, or whatever you want to call that. It does come with graduated marks on it, so you can kind of measure out what you're cooking. It is hard anodized aluminum. Some people don't like that. It doesn't bother me, but again, as with most gear, personal preference wins the day. And this last one, guys, it's probably going to be a little bit of a shocker. You're like, what? How does that count? Well, guys, one thing I always have with me is my cell phone. Thinking being, number one, I've said it before, and probably eventually I will do a video directly about this, but in my opinion, your cell phone is your number one tool for survival, communication to the outside world if you break your leg. I mean, even if I'm on my own property, there is a chance, you know, I could fall into an old stump hole or something like that and break my leg and need assistance getting out, even if I'm only a few hundred yards out into the woods. So, you know, being able to contact people is your number one priority if you need help. But beyond that, guys, you know, I go searching for resources and stuff out in the woods, just wander and look for stuff that I haven't seen on my own property before. And, you know, there's GPS apps where I can mark down a specific location where, hey, you know, I found this cool resource or whatever. You guys get the point. Also, another nice thing about this, I hesitate to say it because it's not a huge passion of mine, but I do enjoy photography. You know, I like taking pictures of my kids when I'm out and about with them so I can show my wife, and my wife likes to do the same thing. You know, taking pictures of my kids, taking pretty pictures of nature, you know, and of course, this is social media. We have an obligation to share pictures, don't we? Anyway, guys, all jokes aside, another aspect that I like about having my cell phone with me is, and you guys may have noticed in some videos where I'm not talking, I'm just demonstrating, you may have noticed the earbuds running down from my, or the wires running down from my ears. A lot of times when I'm out turning out a coal or something like that with friction fire or something, I do enjoy listening to music. It kind of changes the paradigm for me as far as specifically with that goes. Not to delve too far deep into it, but guys and other friction fire bugs out there will understand what I'm saying. The further you get into friction fire and the more familiar you get with it, the closer you get to a coal, the vibration of the wood changes, and you primarily hear that. And a lot of times I like to kind of cover that up so I can concentrate on the vibration in my foot and in my hands and kind of learn the skill of being able to feel out the coal. Sounds funny, sounds weird. I don't know, I'm obsessed. What can I say? Anyway, guys. Well, guys, those are probably my 3 favorite things to take out into the woods, whether I'm hiking, camping, bushcrafting, doing whatever, just relaxing. They are almost always with me, if not always. Mark, thank you very much for tagging me in this video. I do really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to stand here and to kind of explain why I do the things the way I do sometimes with you guys. Anyway, I'm not going to tag anybody in particular, guys. Again, kind of like I alluded to on the last tag video, I would like to see what you got, your 3 favorite things are. If you have a YouTube channel that you upload videos to, please upload one. Post, when you get it up there, post a link to the comments so we can all see that there. I would love to see what you guys do. And if you don't have a YouTube channel where you upload videos, please make a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear what your guys' favorite items are. Who knows, maybe it'll give me or somebody else out there some ideas of what, hey, this is a better item. Maybe I should try using that. Anyway, folks, as always, thank you very much for being here today and just listening to me talk. I do appreciate it very much. Like I said before, I've had a lot of fun sharing this with you guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It does help me out quite a bit. By the way, the link to that Ollie Camp pot will be in the description of this video if you want more information about that. Price point's around 20 bucks. Anyway, also guys, if you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, like I said before, hit that comment section up. Blow it up with what your 3 favorite items are. Anyway guys, thanks again for being here today, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, guys.